Okay, so what if, like, instead of, like dreading this potential collapse that everyone's always talking about,
Right.
what if we looked at it as like a chance, like to hit the reset button
Yeah, yeah.
and make something more resilient and
Hmm.
maybe even something more beautiful?
Totally.
So that is what we're going to be looking at today with this project called The
Yeah.
Ripple,
The Ripple.
a tapestry of
Rivers
resilience.
Tapestry of Resilience by Seychelles Labonte.
Michel Bond, yeah.
Um, and I think what's so fascinating is that this project takes a place that we typically think of as vulnerable, right? The Seychelles Islands, those beautiful islands out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, yeah.
And it reimagines them as like a haven in this post-collapse world.
Okay.
And like the centerpiece of this vision is this like bioluminescent tapestry.
Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah.
A growing tapestry
Yes.
that can map resources.
Yeah.
How does that even work? This is like straight out of a sci-fi novel.
Well, you can kind of think of it like a living circuit board almost, where it's woven with these conductive threads.
Yeah.
And these threads act like wires, and then there are these bioluminescent dyes within the tapestry that actually light up based on like the flow of resources. So say if water is plentiful, right?
Yeah.
A certain section of the tapestry might glow this like vibrant blue color.
Wow.
But then, if food becomes scarce, another section might dim. And so it's like
So it's literally reflecting what's happening.
it's a visual representation of the community's needs.
That's incredible in abundance.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, how do you read it? Like if I'm looking at this thing, like, is there a key?
Well, that's a really interesting question.
Is there like a legend?
It really raises a lot of questions about like how people would actually learn to like read and interact with this tapestry.
Yeah.
Maybe over time they would develop this like shared understanding of its language. Almost like the way that we've learned to interpret like the natural world,
That's so interesting.
If you think about like, deep sea creatures and bioluminescence and how everything's interconnected.
Right.
And what's interesting is that the project really emphasizes this shift from our reliance on like these global systems that are very complex, to this like more localized, interconnected way of life, which makes a lot of sense when you think about the whole backstory of this project.
Especially when these global systems have fragmented.
Exactly.
This really does force us to confront
Yeah.
how much we depend on these supply chains.
Absolutely. And I think this is where Labonte's background becomes really relevant.
Okay.
They have expertise in cognitive science and economics.
Interesting.
And then they also have this fascination with surrealist imagery.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they're able to create these scenarios that are just so thought-provoking.
So hold